everybody. How are you? I'm so excited that we are all gathering together today. As you're jumping on, do say hello so I know that you are there and where you're tuning in from. And massive welcome to our masterclass today, where we're unlocking your subconscious with Bespoke Scripts. My name is Louisa Havers, and I help entrepreneurs and coaches to live at their highest potential in life and business, lifting those ceilings that we inadvertently put on ourselves so we can live our fullest self-expression. Oh, hi, Joanna. Oh, I can see that it's you there. Lovely. I'm glad you managed to figure out the StreamYard thing. Anyone else joining, please do give StreamYard permission to use your name. And then I know that it's you that's commenting and I can say hello. Oh, Karen sorted it out as well. Good morning, Karen. Good afternoon. I know it's morning for you in Ontario, if I remember rightly. Have I remembered that correctly? Huge welcome, everybody. And if you are joining us for the replay, then please do hashtag Money Loves Me. I think that's my favorite hashtag that we've used in our masterclasses, so that I can come back and say hello. And it just makes me smile every time I see it. So I hope it is doing that for you as well. Hi, Deirdre. Huge welcome. So excited that you are here as well. So I would love to know what has been your biggest takeaway if you haven't shared that with me yet. Let's celebrate with you. Karen's saying, yes. Oh, I got it right. Yay. Fantastic. It's been so wonderful seeing all your commitments, all the ahas and all the actions that you're taking to make your future a reality. Hello, welcome. So as everyone is jumping on and finding us, let's just take a moment to become fully present, call all of our energy back from wherever it is that we have been, whatever it is that we've been doing. Just taking a moment to breathe in love and grace, breathing out anything that no longer serves. And just to think, okay, so what am I grateful for in this moment? It might be something that you've manifested, it's come through. It might be an insight, an aha that's been a game changer for you. Something a family member's done for you today. Let's celebrate. Love seeing all your wins. And of course, as we're focusing on that gratitude and that celebration, we're amplifying that energy. And of course, as we're witnessing it, we're creating more of that because we are witnessing it. And in that, being able to activate and amplify that energy in the law of repetition that we were talking about yesterday. Hello, as you are jumping on, please do let me know who you are so I can say hello back. And of course, if you're watching replay, do hashtag Money Loves Me. And so I can pop back and say hello. And I just wanted to say, because it's our last session today, that you've made this week phenomenal. So thank you so much for bringing all of you to our lives together and to doing all the work. This is how you manifest change and elevate your life. I would love to hear all your wins and celebrations and how you're feeling as you can feel the energy change, you know, the vibrational shifts that you're making. Are you feeling more empowered? Are you feeling excited? Who wants to continue elevating and allowing their energy to magnetize to let them to more opportunities, more cash, more of life? I can see the congratulations are coming in. That's so exciting. So before we dive in, a quick reminder that doors are open for working with me. We have the Wealth Portal where we will continue the momentum that we've created here. So we dive deeper so you can anchor in a new energetic frequency so you can hold more. That's what we're up to here. Reprogramming your energetic frequency to more money and more wealth so you can align to that next level and hold the vibration that allows more in and begin to feel safe to allow more in. Our nervous system, we need to really take care of our nervous system as we're growing and allowing more money in. So saying goodbye to all the self-sabotage and the contraction after the expansion. So you'll become more of who you truly are, manifesting from a place of having more than enough and the momentum growing from there. So just send me a message saying you'd like an invitation to the Wealth Portal and we'll take it from there. We have got links on my website with some of the introductory information there. And then you just fill out a form that will take you about a nanosecond to send me, and then I can send you over the invitation. And for those of you that send me a message before we close out our time together on Tuesday and then choose to come into the Wealth Portal, you'll receive special masterclass pricing where you can save up to 40% off and bonuses. I know it's huge. I'm very, very excited to be gifting these bonuses and these savings, and they are time sensitive. That is just to help you take action and to keep the registration process flowing. And I'm so excited. I've seen various messages have been coming in this morning. So I will circle back this afternoon and carry on the conversation with those of you that have reached out already. And for those of you that are stepping into the Wealth Portal or Infinite Prosperity Collective, I cannot wait to start working with you. So excited because your life is about to change. So let's dive into our morning, Patty. Oh, so good to see you. Lovely. I'm so happy that you are here as well, and I've loved seeing all your ahas and insights. It's just been absolutely wonderful. Okie dokie. So this is, as I was mentioning, our last official masterclass today, so a huge thank you for showing up for yourselves, and you'll have access to everything until Wednesday, so you have some time to immerse yourself and of course to take action. It has been an epic week, so thank you so much for being here and for bringing all of you here. Complete honor to serve you. Oh, bonjour, Carol. So glad you made it. So quick recap of what we've been up to so far. I've introduced you to the principles of reality creation and our method to break through your upper income limit, provided you with that context around reality creation and your energetic field, your human Wi-Fi, as I call it, and the importance of alignment and of your different levels of consciousness for breaking through your money ceiling. And we've started our manifesting with our manifesting framework and activating your future self in the Akashic fields and co-creating with higher consciousness and planes so that your vibration shifts. And today we're going to unlock your subconscious mind with Bespoke Scripts. So I really invite you to lean in so I can help you see what you can't yet see, to add your insights and ahas to the conversations, and so that I can answer all your questions and we can create some bespoke scripts to help you unlock some of that emotional stickiness in the human Wi-Fi. So if you already know what you want to ask, please post the question in the comments and I will come to you to answer it. And of course, I know that sometimes it's actually through hearing another conversation that you realize you have a question. So you might not yet know that you have a question, if that makes sense. So as you're gathering your questions and your thoughts, let's just take a moment so that you can allow them to come in, just to ground yourself, connect, breathing in grace and love, and to reconnect with that intention that you set at the beginning of the week. And from this place, if there was a question that you wanted to ask, what would it be? And what I'll do is I'm going to guide you through some common issues that can bubble up so you can move forward. So we'll be covering muscle testing, it's not working, what do I do? Split energy, or also known as where is my manifestation? Money trauma, so receiving toxic money and how, because of your perception around that, you can push it away in other places. Managing the delay. Questions are the answers. I don't know what to ask. It's one of the most common questions I get asked. And manifesting quirks, I've called it, which we'll dive into. And then we'll wrap up with a juicy activation at the end. Does that sound good? Let's see if there's any questions that have come in so far. None that I can see yet. Okie dokie. So I just invite you to listen to all of this live, because I may ask a question that you didn't know you wanted to ask. So I know you'll learn lots. And I may answer a question that really resonates for you. And that's something that needs to shift within you to take you to that next level of frequency and vibration in your life. So this is where you find those blind spots and those sneaky hidden resistances that you don't think you have, if that makes sense. Okay, so muscle testing. What to do if it feels like it's not working? Like, I can't muscle test, what's happened? So the first thing I always say to my clients is to do the thymus thump. So it's just tapping here. As we're doing this, just breathing in and then breathing out like that. And just do it for 15 seconds. So you're tapping on the thymus gland. And that is just, in the simplest sense, giving you a line up energetically so that you will be most likely to be able to start swaying forwards and backwards. And then the second thing is to instruct your subconscious. So I'm telling myself, right, Right, subconscious. We're going to ask some questions in a second, and you're going to go forwards for a yes and backwards for a no. So you speak to your subconscious. It's listening to every word that you're saying. So let's have a proper chat with it. And then connecting in with your higher self, as we've been doing this week. So focusing on your soul star chakra, just drawing your attention there. And then also you can, if it helps, I always do encourage people to have their hands put down by their side when they're swaying, because it allows the flow of energy. But if it helps to get you out of your head, is to put your hands on your heart and to notice your energy, your breathing, and how your lungs are going in and out. Again, that's going to help you to come out of your head that's going, what are you doing? Particularly if you're new to this, or am I making this up? That's a very common self-doubt that we can pop in with. And then the other thing I would say is, are you drinking enough water? I know that might sound like, why is she going about that? But actually, if your body is dehydrated, you're going to have the tiniest sway, because the water conducts electricity, so it will help you to, in your body, to respond to the questions that you're asking. So be hydrated. So a little bit like, when you're going to give blood, they make you drink a pint of water. Might be worth, if you've been struggling with swaying, to drink a pint of water before you start doing some energy kinesiology around that. And then the other thing I would say is, are you on any medication that can be impacting you? And then what I would say is, in relation to that, because the medication can create that stickiness, because of the, sometimes there's, of course, toxins in there, etc., etc. So is to keep doing the energy and the aligning work, and then come back to the muscle testing later as your vibration has raised. Does that make sense? So just some quick tips there to help you. And sometimes your subconscious can be stopping you getting the reading because it doesn't want you to find the thing. So it's like a hidden resistance, and it's doesn't want you to believe that it's going to work, because who will you be without the thing that's holding you back? Yeah, it's a biggie. But those predominantly, I would say 90% of the time, it's the subconscious thinking, this isn't going to work, doubting yourself, particularly when people are first getting started with this. And so doing the quick setup with the thymus thumb, the instruction, connecting with your higher self and making sure you're hydrated is going to sort that out. And then if it isn't, there's some funkier stuff going on, but it can be easily sorted. We will be in charge of our subconscious and not letting it run the show and creating results that we don't want it to create. Okie dokie. So I hope those tips are helpful. I don't think anyone has had any issues this week so far, but I'm conscious that sometimes people just watch and don't ask questions. I just wanted to speak to that in case anybody had been thinking, I can't, muscle test, it's not working. Okie dokie. Split energy, or also known as, where is my manifestation? So here's the thing. What you have going on is always an indication of your vibration. So what I mean by split energy is when some part of us wants something, so the conscious mind, and then another part, subconscious mind, is afraid of it, and the higher self is saying, hey, come and bring me on board. So if you were to think about a great way to see where you may have split energy is to think about, if you were to get ready for when we want to bring more money in, we need to get ready for the influx of cash. So if you knew the money was coming in tomorrow, would you be ready for it? And if it's tied to onboarding a new client or creating a new product, are you ready for that? Because you might be ready for the cash, but not ready to do the work, to do the thing, to create the thing. So you've possibly got not only resistance from any of the subconscious beliefs and emotions and energy blocks around your work, working with more clients, creating more products, whatever the work looks like for you, but also the resistances and the subconscious blocks around the topic of money. So this is why it's great to separate out any sales intentions and your money intentions, so you don't have split energy in relation to that. So what I mean by sales intention is work and clients and products, etc., the creative side of things. And then your money intention is where you're receiving. So that can come from, obviously, not just your sales. It can come from investments, surprises, gifts, and so on. And the other thing is when we need to be giving money a reason to manifest. So we need to be doing the things that now as if it's happening. It's already done. We know it's coming in. That sense of being in the energy of having that faith and certainty. And if you don't have the faith and certainty, there's the resistance. Is why is the faith and certainty not there? What is the next layer to be healing? Does that make sense? So the fears that can bubble up that create this split energy can include things like, and we touched on some of this earlier on in this week when we were talking about the elephant who had his leg tied to a rope as a baby, and he couldn't get free as a baby, but he could as an adult because he doesn't try, because of course he's had this learnt behavior, which then creates things like, I'll make a mess of it. I'm not really going to try because I'll make a mess of it. Or if I have more success, people are going to take advantage of me. Or I'm going to be responsible for everybody. And I'm afraid of that success because I don't want to be responsible for everybody. So these fears, just giving you some as an example, and let me know if they resonate, or you can think of other ones where you know consciously you want something and then you've got this split energy because you haven't fully embodied what you wanted with the identity, and this split energy is creating this resistance. So that's where it's feeling like one step forward and two steps back. And a way of beginning to flush some of these out is if you had a large amount of money coming in tomorrow, how would it feel unsafe? So let's think about a bigger amount of money, like the amount of money that you wanted to bring in for the year. If it was all going to come in tomorrow, what's the worst thing that could happen? So if, say, your intention is 100K for the year, what is the worst thing that would happen if 100K landed in your account tomorrow? If you're bringing in 500,000, let's say, for the year, what's the worst thing that could happen if that 500,000 landed in your account tomorrow? And this is additional money, unexpected. It's on top of what you're expecting to bring in. What pops to mind? So just allow yourself to sit with this question because you're flushing out split energy. Now, the first instinct is often nothing, ego mind. So I really encourage you just to allow yourself to be with the question, to breathe through it and see what the subconscious brings forward. I'm just creating a space for you to just allow yourself that time to think about, okay, so what is the worst thing that could happen if that chunk of money came in tomorrow? You might not be ready for it, in terms of your business, because of course, if it's feeling like, if it's tied to clients, you're going to have the capacity to serve everybody. Or you might find that some thoughts and reflections come in around family members. What will they say? So the way you can start to flush this out is I invite you to connect with your higher self like we've been doing this week, and to muscle test so you can ascertain the knowns and the unknowns. Because this is the thing. So often when I'm working with people, they think they know where the resistance is, and then it's like just layers of stuff underneath it. But this is the story that we've been telling ourselves. The conscious mind is happy to accept. So this is where muscle testing is so helpful, to find out where we have the split energy and these dual beliefs as well. So you could check in on, muscle test on, I am safe to receive the amount of money in my account tomorrow. So I'm safe to receive £100,000 in my account tomorrow. Just see if you go forwards way or backwards way. I disbelieve I will receive 100,000 in my account tomorrow. So this is why The muscle test might say, yep, it's safe. I'm safe to receive it. But it isn't really feeling the resistance because it doesn't fully believe it. So this is why questions are really important, and knowing the different questions to ask so you really get to the root. Okay, the other question you can ask is just think in terms of thinking to yourself is, who would you celebrate with? And who would you hide telling, and why? What are you afraid of changing if you tell them? And this is a possible route of split energy. And the other way split energy can show up is with a misalignment with your purpose. So these could all be adding to where we got this stickiness as why the manifestation isn't here yet. So where the problem becomes the purpose, it's like a distraction pattern, a misidentification and a misalignment of feeling purposeful by fixing the thing. So we're really busy fixing our business, fixing this thing that's wrong with us. This then becomes the project rather than focusing on the thing that's going to take you to where you want to be. So if this resonates, then I invite you to clear any distraction patterns and misalignment of purpose. And then you can muscle test and say, I have a pattern of being distracted to keep me purposeful. I'm abdicating responsibility for my results. I am misaligned to the definition of purpose. And then releasing with, I'm releasing this pattern of distraction, this misaligned sense of person. And anywhere and everywhere, I'm abdicating responsibility for my results, releasing this across all dimensions, planes, and levels of consciousness. So is this resonating? Any light bulbs going off? I can see, so we have some comments coming in from Sarah and Patty. So Sarah, I know that this is aimed at coaches, etc. I'm just starting to train as a coach. God, congratulations. And not currently working due to health issues. Therefore, I have doubt or try to overthink where the money is coming from. So what are the vehicles that you have open for money to come to you? And what are the inspirations, Sarah, that you're getting in terms of when you're connecting in with your higher self and doing these activations and seeing what ideas come to you? Does that make sense? I've worked with clients before that have told me that they're in a job, that there is no other way that the money can come in. And then they've manifested, actually I should get Ruth to do a testimonial on this. And then they've manifested a pay rise and reducing their hours at work. So more money came in. So Sarah, the question I would ask you for reflecting is, so what would be different if you did believe that you could attract opportunities to you? How would you feel? Because the doubt feeling is going to bring back more doubt. Human Wi-Fi. Makes sense? Let me know in relation to that. We can carry on the conversation. Patty, when you're at a crossroads and know that unworthiness is a huge resistance, how do you start feeling safe about money coming in when you don't really know which direction you should go to manifesting that money? Okay, so one of the things that you can say, and I love doing this myself, when you're recognizing that, because safety is a big thing. Our brains are wired to keep us safe, and we haven't got the roadmap in front of us. It's going to be kicking off big time because it's like, what are you doing? I don't have the pathway. So is speaking to your subconscious. Remember, your subconscious is listening to every word and saying, I'm safe, I'm calm, I choose to be here. I choose to be here in this moment of uncertainty so that I can be open to seeing the opportunities that are coming my way. Does that make sense? And then following the breadcrumb trails. And this is what my clients in the Wealth Portal get really, really good at as they start to bring themselves to embody then the identity of their future version of themselves, and then being able to, as we work on and clearing out their energy fields and their human Wi-Fi, hearing more clearly the guidance that is coming through from your higher self about creating those synchronicity opportunities so that you can, when you take action on them, the money will be there, the opportunity will be there, the person you're supposed to work with will be there, always. I've got so many examples when I've of course my business is all online, so when I may have sent an email out to somewhere, or I've posted a post somewhere on a certain day, and then I will be, because I teach you guys everything that I use myself, and so I will get the inspired action come through, either when I'm doing something else, washing up in the kitchen or something. You need to post that particular post now, and then I'll go and do it straight away, take action, boom. Then the person, whoever it was, I don't know who it was when I was posting the post, you need to post it in that location, then they see it, and then we can start to have the conversation. Does that help, Patty? Joanna, yes. Abdicating responsibility, yes. And energetically, if we're letting go of that responsibility, what are we then attracting back to us? I feel like I've tried so many things and they have quite worked. There's something in me believes that it will happen again. Haven't quite worked. Is that what you meant? Sorry, I think is there a typo there? I just want to check whoever typed that. So that is where we're expecting, if I've got this right, if we're expecting something not to work, what are we attracting to us? We're going to just attract that it's not going to work. Thought money coming in as a bit scary because that's not me. Oh, Joe, you've just flushed out a big one there. Yeah, that's not me. So not me, not part of your identity. Can you see how that's, our identity just shapes everything? And sometimes we know, obviously, the first layer of identity we could write down, this is the kind of person I think I am, and then there's all the stuff that's going on in our subconscious. I think I charged too much for a 90-minute business leader group session on Friday, the 29th of the 10th. So, do you know what? I reckon whenever we think that we're charging too much, it's because we're actually, there can be a bit of, if there's a belief that if I charge more, I have to require more of myself, which means that we're undervaluing ourselves. Does that make sense? Whereas actually, if you're doing a business leader group session on Friday, tell us a little bit more about that. What's the value that those people are going to walk away with? And this is the thing, the ripple effect of any coaching, and I'm sure with your group session, is it will be ongoing through not just that moment that they're in that vortex with you, but then also beyond everything that they've learned beyond that moment in time, they're going to take with them through life. I know that with the Wealth Portal. You'll be set up for life to elevate your income in again and again, because you're going to be a ninja at how to do this afterwards. Patty saying just that little emotion, prayer brings up emotion. Yeah. Thank you. Only income is my husband. Other possibilities are competitions, looking into writing a blog. Oh, Sarah. Okay, I'm going to speak to you about manifesting through your husband with your husbands in a second. Okay, so we can dive into that. But yeah, that's awesome. Competitions, writing a blog. I love it. That's just brilliant. What else? Like, if you had to make money tomorrow, for some reason, that's what I'm hesitating about is to create a negative thing of why we would need to have £1,000 tomorrow. But imagine if you had to create £1,000 tomorrow. What would you do? What possibilities could you do to bring that in? Does that make sense? And it's being in a space whenever we're writing these ideas down, is some of them you wouldn't want to do. But don't stop there. Just write it down anyway. And then, because that will let the next idea come through. Does that make sense? So I don't want to kind of say, but let's pretend you had to fly to Australia tomorrow for some reason. We're leaving the reason out of it, but you have to go. What would you do to bring that money in? Because you would bring it in. Jessica, yes, haven't quite worked. Okay. Was that I feel I've tried so many things and they haven't quite worked. Thank you, Jessica. Just had to check that I was answering that question correctly. Sarah, I hope that helps. Does that make sense? Okie dokie. The other thing that can come up when we are manifesting and nurturing a manifestation, because we nurture our manifestations, is around where we have a core belief around nurturing being a struggle. And then we can avoid creating, manifesting, birthing ideas, relationships, experiences that we feel unequipped to nurture. So it's that our relationships, remembering how we do everything, how we do anything is how we do everything. And your mum most likely was your main nurturer, or thinking about who was your main nurturer as you were growing up. What did they teach you about nurturing? So a great thing you can do is thinking about, okay, so writing down all the ways your main carer or mother seemingly failed to nurture your dreams, your body, your imagination, your independence, your personality, or any other part of your childhood. When you just think about your relationship with nurture and your relationship with your main carer, and then thinking about, okay, how do I nurture myself in these areas now? Yeah, it's an ouch one. Yeah. What good has come of nurturing those areas? Where are we not nurturing those areas? Where are we carrying it on? What we've been programmed? Or where have you nurtured something that wasn't nurtured before, that your mother didn't teach you, or your main carer didn't teach you, or the person who had that nurturing role didn't teach you, that you've now changed the story, changed the identity around that, and what good has come of that? If you're in that space of feeling like you're struggling to nurture your breakthrough to the next level in life, it's probably because of your relationship with nurture will be one of the components, part of it, and your mother or the person that did the nurturing. So, and there's also a high probability when we think about that, as we know, talked about transgenerational patterns and the fleas in the jar, and how when they you take the lid off the jar, they don't try and jump out, and their offspring don't try and jump out because they've all learned that they can only jump that high. So if we look back to our parents and your mother, what was happening to your mother? Where was she also carrying these feelings of not enough because of how she was nurtured or not nurtured? And what might that have felt like for her? A healing exercise, writing your mother a letter expressing how her actions or lack of have affected you, telling her how it made you feel, what you've had to do to overcome it. It's not something you have to give to her, but being in the space is for you to be able to, forgive her as much as you can for her not having the tools and the mindset shifts to nurture you the way that you needed. And then as you're doing this work for yourself, as you're healing any wounds from your inner child, can send that intentional love to her wounded child as well. Does that resonate? Anyone recognize that nurturing may be an area for growth? Let me know in the comments. And of course, if you're watching the replay, do hashtag money loves me, so I can come back and say hello and answer any questions that you have as we're chatting these things through. Okay, it's resonating. Great. The other one that I thought might be helpful to talk about is money trauma. Money trauma can come in a number of different disguises in relation to previous successes, or where we've gone for something within our businesses, and it's not quite worked out that way. Or it could be receiving money with conditions from an ex-partner or partner. So I call that receiving toxic money. And of course, how you can then push it away. So our money trauma can push money away across all aspects. If we're resenting where our money is coming from, so this can be sometimes when we're in transition and we want to move on to something else. So this may resonate if you've ever found yourself either going through a divorce, or you're in a job and you want to move on and you can't, or your main client provides you with the bulk of your income and has perhaps become a pain and out of alignment, and you want to sack them, but you're afraid of letting them go because something else isn't lined up, or you're dependent on an income coming in from an ex, and there's all these strings and conditions all wrapped up in it. Does that make sense? So have you ever been in that space where you've not wanted to receive that money, or it just feels icky as it's coming in because of the experiences wrapped around it? So if we've got any resentment to that money coming in or how it's coming in, it's going to start to play out across other areas. So here are some things you can do, some questions and statements that you can use to muscle test to find out. So saying the phrase with the relevant component for you. So I have resistance to receiving money from, job, contract, ex, whoever. Okay, this is resonating. And then if yes, of course, you want to clear this. Of course, as you muscle test this, you may identify the emotion that you're feeling and notice what you're holding energetically in your field. And here's the thing, all money comes from the universe. So if you resist it in one area, you're blocking it from coming in from another area. This is resonating, okie dokie. From my own experience, this was a few years ago when the kids were having maintenance from their dad, and I was working at social services, and I remember feeling really resentful about their father because he was doing a yo-yo thing with the maintenance. He'd pay, not pay, no communication, and of course this just created a massive impact on financially because I budgeted for it, and it played complete havoc with my nervous system as I was feeling really scared he wasn't going to pay, as my perception was that he was unreliable with his payments. So I was in this push of energy to make enough money so that I didn't have to take it. I have to make more money. I have to make more money because I don't want that. And I'd started a network marketing business as a vehicle to give myself that pay rise. But behind all of my actions was, I've got to do this so I don't have to have that. I've got to do this. What kind of energy do you think that was creating overall? What kind of energy and experience did that attract back? Hard work. And then when I realized what I was doing energetically, and I moved into, do you know what? I am so grateful that he pays when he pays with no attachment. Like, it's amazing. We don't communicate and he pays. He doesn't see his children and he pays. This is amazing. I'm so grateful. I lost the fear. I released the resistant energy, and guess what? And it blows my mind always. And I'm in this world. Everything always blows my mind. He was consistent when I changed my energy. So where are you holding any historical resentments or push energy around money, or the money feels like it's coming to you with conditions? Because of course, consciously, you won't necessarily be aware of it. So just giving you a moment just to think about where did I have resentments? I don't think I have any more. And this split energy is having an impact on your money flow across your business, your investments, and other areas of life, because everything's energy. Jojo's saying that's a light bulb moment. Awesome. When you want to have multiple streams of income, you have to focus on one or all of them. You can do either. It depends in relation to, I would focus on the amount that you want to come in and being open to all the channels as you're manifesting. Does that make sense? Sorry, it doesn't say who you are, whoever asked that question. And if you want to really increase the income in one of those channels, then I would focus on that. So it depends what your intention is. Patty's saying she can so relate. Ah, awesome. So glad that this is helping. I love the light bulbs that people have when we're diving into this part, because it is as we go into this depth of this work that you can really create quantum leaps, and you can have quantum leaps really, really quickly, because once the energy's gone, it's left your field. It's like you've taken out the plug that was stopping the thing coming in. Understand the necessity, but hate what the desire for money does to mankind. So how is that impacting your experience with money? I love money. I don't think money amplifies what is within somebody already. So if you're a lovely person, it's going to amplify that, because you can be even more lovely with money. If you have any elements where qualities that may be not of your highest good or to the collective's highest good, they're going to be amplified with money. Does that make sense? Patty's saying, as you talk, I feel like I have resistance to everything. Where do I start? Yeah. What is the fear, Patty? So when you're saying you have resistance to everything, what else has popped up? Let me know. And then what I would do is to create, the different areas that you have got. So let's say you've got money, relationship, health. There's 3 areas, if that makes sense. And then I would muscle test on where to start. When I'm working with my clients, I'm like, it's like you've got a great big ball of string that's all knotted up. You know, when you're trying to go, okay, so where is the best place to start? I know I'm going to pull that bit there, and that's going to unravel it really, really quickly. And then it can actually make it worse, because we haven't, we'll get there, but it will just be longer way around. Whereas when we're muscle testing, it will tell us where to start, and then we can just release that ball of string more quickly. Does that make sense? I have manifested the same amount of money on personal sales and mentoring. I have resistance to doing mentoring when I've received someone to mentor. I feel, I don't want to do it. It's like rejecting this type of income. Makes sense. It is 6 figures, but you're just saying when you're blocking all of them. Yeah. So are you being paid enough for the mentoring? Just want to find out a little bit more about, okay, so what is the resistance? Is it actually you don't want to be doing that mentoring at all? You'd rather have the time focused on something else. So we want to shift where that 6 figures is coming in from over to somewhere else. Let me know a little bit more. Okay, so it's just saying Facebook user. And I'm assuming it's the same person talking. So half of the personal sales, much work. Okay, so and so the root of some of the beliefs there, so muscle testing would be do I have to work hard to receive this money? Or you could phrase it as a statement, so I have to work hard to receive this money. I can only receive this 6 figures if I work really hard. Because why do we want to work hard? And then what else is it taking you away from? So is this particular work taking you away from family, other things that you value? Let me know if that makes sense. I want to get to where I can receive money without feeling as if I'm making it my core desire. I want to live fully, need money to do so, but I don't want it to control me. How do I shift and maintain focus? Yes. So what is the money going to give you? Because the core desire is that freedom, being able to live at your fullest self-expression. When we're creating from a space of having more than enough money, we really are able to feel fulfill our purpose. Our focus can be on the impact that we're making, the products that we're creating, the art we're creating, whatever it may be. Without that, I've got to get more money type thing. Does that make sense? Or I'm feeling like, you can be earning really good money and it's just not feeling enough because you've evolved and your identity has evolved and you can receive more. Your capacity energetically to receive more has amplified and you're like, where's the money? And then you're able to have more of a lifestyle, to be able to give back more, make a much bigger difference when you've got more money. Charities you can support. I mean, infinite possibilities. So, yeah. How do I shift and maintain my focus? So I would think about the core values that you desire, and then living in the energy question, something like, why am I surrounded by love and money? Why am I living in the perfect environment for me? Does that make sense? Okay. Yeah, freedom. Freedom. Who else here wants freedom? And what does freedom mean to you? Because as we evolve and grow our businesses, freedom does mean different things. So you're just saying always. Yeah. Like clearing up anywhere that we're creating resistance around money and how it's coming in. Whether it's feeling like it's got toxic because of a decision that we made or how we've handled money in the past. Where do we need to forgive ourselves? So you're clearing up your receiving flow. So there's no congestion on the route, on the pathway. And everything is energy. Money is energy. And so there is an infinite supply. So thinking of money as monergy, as a flow of energy, it can help us to think about how we receive it, but also how we're spending it, and then how we're sending it out. How we're paying for services, how we're investing it. We want to be really intentional because energy follows intention. So be intentional. Every investment that you make returns to me tenfold beyond what I could have imagined and hoped for. So yes, want to be fully in the world, free to make choices. Yeah, worry-free, focus 100% on purpose. Exactly. So this is where we get money is part of your dream team. It's where you're able to, when you have it on board, to live at your fullest self-expression. Yes, freedom, not to worry day to day, free to use money how you want and give freely. So exciting you started your business. Business is a fantastic vehicle for this. So thinking about your money, and a great way, a visual. I don't often have cash on me because it's all on cards these days, isn't it? But I have found some cash in my wallet. Is to think of the journey of some money. So think about, if you've got some cash, think about whether it's in a dollar bill, £20 note that I've got, and think about how you can transmute the energy of the money collectively is with all the money that we handle, that passes through our energetic vortex. So as if you've got your wallet close to hand, you can just grab some money and just have a look at it. And just think about everybody else who's held this piece of money and what they've used it for. What journey has this money gone on? And all the people that are going to spend it in the future. So this £20 note in my hands is most likely to be used by my sons to go and get some milk from the corner shop. And then the corner shop people will use it to pay the lovely people there that work there. Then they may use that as a contribution towards their food for the week or their mortgage, their rent. They may have children as well. Or it could be used by a businesswoman in a taxi on the way to negotiate a big contract that's going to create loads of jobs for people. So when we think about the money journey, can you feel the potency of this, the incredible journey that this piece of money is about to go on, and how it's going to flow in and out of other people's lives? So what energy are we infusing into this money as we spend it? Do we spend it intentionally with love and gratitude, and able to feel the joy, and imagine it going to the other family it's gonna be a contribution towards their dreams, and it's going to continue expanding? Or do we spend it with fear or neglect without any thought? There you go. And that's kind of easy to do with cards, isn't it? Because we don't even see the money. You just pop the card in, and there might be a number. You might even not look at the number, just pay for the thing and then take the receipt and off you go. Or are we going, oh, thank you so much? And just visualize where the money's going and who it's going to. So how are you spending your money? What insights are coming to you as you're thinking about this? What energy are you sending out with the money that you're spending and the money that you're receiving? Going out of your human Wi-Fi and in your human Wi-Fi. So it's a ripple effect that goes on. So I just invite you to take a moment just to think about how you're spending the money. Where is your attention going? Let's be really intentional with money. We can do our own kind of energetic money laundering. Cleanse all the money as it's coming into us and just send it out with love and the intention that it returns to us tenfold. I've learned it's important to consciously respect money, that consciousness does. Yes. Yeah. Money energy, money consciousness. How are you communicating with it? Sarah's saying I spend a lot online on Amazon, but with very little thought. You can amplify your relationship with Amazon now, Sarah, and have a loving relationship with them now, and see how that starts to change other aspects within your human Wi-Fi. Does that make sense? I hope that reflection was helpful, thinking about how we're consciously and being intentional with our money. And then the other one that I wanted to speak to was around managing the delay. Just checking make sure I've got everyone's comments. I am a ninja at manifesting car parking spaces, and often people go, I can manifest a car parking space, but where's my money? And this is, the premise of what we've been talking about this week. Is it's your identity that creates the paradigms and the concepts, the viewpoints and groups of beliefs that you're holding, all in your human Wi-Fi, and your emotions and the feelings, and they all inform your actions and your behaviors, and then the experiences feedback and reinforce those behaviors and emotions and beliefs and concepts in your identity, all together create reality. I do see it like a feedback loop. So what we're vibrating out in our human aura, ultimately from our identity and our consciousness, and then attracting back to us. Mirrors and magnets. And without a conscious change, we're just going to keep creating the same thing. So we have to fully embody our new future self-consciousness, and to let go of our old identity, even though we quite like her because we've taken a long time creating her. If you're wanting to grow to that next level, and you have to come into resonance with the manifestation that you desire. And you do this through doing the energy alignment work and manifesting work, and of course taking the action. Have you seen the tuning fork experiment? If you've been in my world, you may have heard me talk about this before, where if you're familiar with tuning forks, they can be tuned to different frequencies so that they make different tones. When you have two tuning forks that are tuned to the same frequency together, and you put them next door to each other, and you hit one of the tuning forks, the other tuning fork will vibrate as well, because it is in resonance with it, even though you haven't hit it. That makes sense. So what does that mean for us? Think of us as the tuning forks. And what happens with the two tuning fork experiment, when you change the frequency of one of them and do the same experiment, you hit the first tuning fork, The other tuning fork doesn't pick it up, doesn't pick up the vibrations because it doesn't resonate, doesn't make a sound. So this is why when you're working towards making changes in your life and they haven't appeared yet, or you've got blocks, again, just resistant energy, split energy, or you're feeling stagnant, split energy, it's because you're not vibrating at the same level. You are a magnet to what you are in resonance with. So by seeing your experience of life as a mirror of what you're holding internally, knowing that you're a magnet, mirrors are magnets, you can then see what to change. So that's why it's so important for ourselves that we change our energy. Energy alignment is the most important thing. Connected, co-regulation. Okay, keep the thoughts and the reflections coming. This is awesome. And as part of this, the self-sabotage and fear of success can kick in, and then slowing down the manifestation, of course. So the other thing that's come up for a lot of people we've been talking about this week is self-sabotage and a fear of success and a fear of changing your life and elevating it. And we talked about the hero's journey, and when you're about to step over that threshold, whatever it is, creating a new product, stepping into a new relationship, working with a coach, stepping into a new program, hiring a new team member, making an investment in a reality, real estate, whatever it may be, you're triggering those default set points. It's that moment that you're saying yes to myself and believing in yourself and saying that you're worth this next step that can trigger that roller coaster of emotions as you step outside of your comfort zone. So here are some questions that you can use to explore what's going on for you and to guide you through releasing the fear. So you'll connect with your higher self, and then I invite you to muscle test. So you can use these questions or use them as statements. So I have a fear of success. A lot of people use muscle testing for helping them to make decisions. If you don't clear the resistance beforehand, you're going to muscle test and get the resistance response, if that makes sense. So you want to clear the resistance before you ask a question in relation to that. So I have a fear of success. If yes, then you clear it. I'm ready to release my fear of success. I release this from all dimensions, planes, times, and levels of consciousness. Breathing in grace and love. Breathing out all energy that no longer serves. I would ask a number of these. I have resistance to changing my concept of who I am or changing my identity. I want to hold on to the old me. If yes, clear it. I'm ready to release my resistance to changing my identity or my self-image. I release this from all dimensions, planes, times, and levels of consciousness. Here's another one for you. I have a fear of investing money in myself or in my business. If yes, clear it. So this is the language I would use. I'm ready to release my fear of investing money in myself and getting results. Because we're fearing the change. I release this from all dimensions, planes, times, levels of consciousness. Someone mentioned about expecting a result. So you could muscle test and say, I have a pattern of investing money and expecting a lack of results. If yes, clear it. I'm ready to release this pattern of investing money and expecting a lack of results. I release this from all dimensions, planes, times, levels of consciousness. I trust myself to make good on my investments. Now, if you get a no for that one, this is self-doubt, is sabotaging you. So you want to release that. So release anywhere and everywhere. I feel unsafe to trust myself. I release it across all dimensions, planes, times, levels of consciousness. And then if you're considering something, wanting to make a decision on something, you can muscle test, I have resistance to this being the right next step for me. And then clear this before you ask your higher self if this is in your highest good. Otherwise, you're just reading the resistance. Does that make sense? So soothing the subconscious, I'm safe, I'm calm, I'm choosing to do this, clearing any resistance or fear before asking the question about if this is in alignment with your higher self. So then you're connecting in with your higher self, and then you say, is this XYZ choice 100% in alignment with my highest path and purpose? And voila, helps you make decisions when you can feel the resistance bubbling up and stopping you from moving forward. I just can see another comments come in. As of today, my family, friends, and everyone I have come in contact with is opinions about money is no longer any of my business or concern. Yes, I have my own understanding belief about the money I receive from this point forward. I release this from all space, dimensions, and levels of consciousness. Yes, that's so exciting. Yes, witnessing you. Yeah, releasing all those energetic cords and hooks and ties and projections. It's time. One of the other questions I get asked a lot is around, I don't know what to ask. And questions really are the answers with energy testing. So the key really is in the questioning and the statements that you use. And of course, it takes practice. You get confident with the process. The top tip is the subconscious doesn't hear not or don't. So keeping the phrases positive, testing for dual beliefs or emotions, because you can have both and they create the split energy. And this can be happening as well across all the different layers of the auras and the chakras and all the things. There's a lot going on. And another tip is to use your own language. So if you're using a phrase and it doesn't quite feel right, listen to your subconscious and consider if a word that has the same meaning needs to be swapped out and replaced for it, so it resonates with your subconscious. I hope that helps. We spend a lot of time coaching my clients in relation to that so they can really become masters at doing this. And then manifesting quirks. So Sarah, I think you were mentioning about money coming in through your partner and not me. And this is a question that comes up a lot. So who here, out of interest, has set an intention and then notices that you always receive it, but it's through your partner? How do you feel about this? I speak to this because it's come up lots and lots of times before, where people can think that they're doing something wrong if it's coming through their partner, even though that they've received what they wanted to receive. Somehow they've decided it doesn't count. Does that make sense? So if you're married or living with someone as if you're married, and you've got a commitment, an agreement, and you've got vows, and it's all happening energetically between you, and therefore you inherit your partner's stuff and they get yours too. So any ancestral beliefs coming down his part of the family, bonus gifts for you. So there's some things that you can consider. Is that if you're manifesting a shared goal, something that you're both committed to, and it's the easiest line for the money is to come through your partner. So for example, if they've got an established business or they've got the job or investments that you share, for example, perhaps that they're in their name, the vehicle for the money to come in is the easiest vehicle for it to come in is there already. The path is laid. And money is a masculine energy as well. So is the money coming in through the person who is embodied in their masculine energy? They haven't got any resistance around that. So I would say celebrate if you're in a relationship and your relationship goals are being met and manifesting, and if it's coming in through one person, you are contributing to that manifestation because the consciousness of the relationship has both of your energy coming in. So you may be supporting that by taking care of something else, but knowing that you're not blocking that coming in because it's coming in through the vehicle that is there, and the consciousness of your relationship has manifested that. Does that make sense? So celebrate it. It's coming in through the easiest route. Okie dokie. I just want to make sure that there's no other questions. Now is a very good time to ask a question before we wrap up. And we'll do a big juicy activation and I'll pop some manifesting music on. Just check. Give you a moment in case there's someone typing. And then we will get ready to do our activation. Okie dokie. So pop some music on. pop it up a little bit so you can hear it. There we go. And hopefully you can hear that and you can hear me. Okay. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes, and we're going to create an intention of connection through our breath. Setting the intention to connect with your higher self. So I invite you to close your eyes and to visualize about 18 inches above your head, your soul star chakra. You see this as a beautiful blue pearl. This is your connection to your higher self. And as you do this, you may wish to also put your hand on your heart chakra. And I'm going to invite you to increase your life force energy through your breath. Inviting you to breathe in for 4, hold for 4, and to breathe out for 8, and to do this 3 times. As you're setting the intention to connect with your higher self. Breathing in for 4, hold for 4, breathing out for 8. Breathing in for 4, hold for 4, breathing out for 8. Breathing in for 4, hold for 4, and breathing out for 8. And you can repeat after me. I'm speaking to all levels of my consciousness. I am creating a clear channel of communication and manifestation between my subconscious, conscious, and higher self, so that they are 100% connected and in perfect alignment, and all working towards my highest path and purpose. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whew. Now we are connected. I invite you to stand up, hands in the air, so you can tune into the feeling and allow yourself to feel your aura getting bigger and brighter. So as you're standing there, feel your feet on the ground connected to Mother Earth. Feel the beautiful loving energy coming up from Mother Earth through your feet, soul chakras, through your legs, up your pelvis, your hara, just by your belly button. This is your manifesting hub. Feel your hara like a beautiful orange flower opening up, getting bigger and brighter, bigger and brighter. As the energy rushes up, opening up your heart chakra, and the beautiful red rose of your heart chakra is getting bigger and brighter, bigger and brighter. And as the energy is rushing up to your crown chakra, the lotus flower of your crown chakra, the white petals are expanding out and getting bigger and brighter, bigger and brighter. Feel the pillar of light coming down from your soul star chakra about 18 inches above your head, connecting with the energy of Mother Earth, coming down through you and taking all energies that no longer serve back down to Mother Earth. You feel your human Wi-Fi, your personal electromagnetic field getting bigger and brighter, filling up with rose gold energy, bigger and brighter. Just take a moment to witness this. And then we're going to call in, I am ready to allow myself to receive more money with more ease. I'm ready to align to the divine truth of wealth. I allow this into every cell of my being across all dimensions, planes, levels of consciousness. Nice deep breath in and out. I'm ready to allow myself to receive more money with ease. I'm ready to align to the divine truth of wealth. I allow this into every cell of my being across all dimensions, planes, times, levels of consciousness. I'm ready to allow myself to receive more money with ease. I'm ready to align to the divine truth of wealth. The aura is getting bigger and brighter. I allow this into every cell of my being across all dimensions, planes, and levels of consciousness. Just taking a nice deep breath in, really allowing yourself to feel the potency of your human Wi-Fi, your aura, getting bigger and brighter as you allow yourself to receive. I'm just breathing with you as you allow this to integrate. Wonderful. Ooh. How are you all feeling? Manifesting ninjas. I hope you are feeling good, feeling potent and powerful, ready to receive, activated so you can allow those synchronicities to come to you. Thank you so much for joining me this week, for allowing me to contribute to you, to breaking through your money ceiling. I hope that this has served you. Whilst the group is here, please do share your inner shifts and your wins as the money's coming in so that we can celebrate you. And for those of you that are on the fence and want to see if the Wealth Portal or Infinite Prosperity Collective is your best next step, then just pop me a message and we can have a chat about it. And just reach out to me before the end of Tuesday and I'll honour the bonuses and the exclusive savings for you. So you'll receive up to 40% savings for the Wealth Portal, up to 20% for the Infinite Prosperity Collective. And so just to wrap up our week together, I invite you to continue doing your intention activations tonight as you go to sleep, and your manifesting activation to music tomorrow morning. All of the videos will be up until Wednesday midnight UK time. So that's for anyone who's playing catch up, and then the group pops down. I can see someone saying, I have questions about your 12-month program. How can I get the answers? Then message me and we will have a chat. And I have got all the information in an unfancy PDF. So it's got all the information of what we are up to in the 12-month program and the investment and all the bonuses, amazing bonuses. So yeah, we'll have a chat in Messenger. There's a little bit of information on my website and a form with a couple of questions that will take you about a nanosecond to fill in. That just gives me the information I need to know, so I know where you're at as we're getting to know each other, and then I will send over the invitation. Doing this in the car at school, love it. Dropping resistance to life, energy, money is profound. I'm so excited. Yes, I'm so excited for you as well, lovely. So excited. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here and bringing all of your energy to the lives and to the replays as well, and for all the love and support you've all been showing each other. It means the world. So a huge love, and thank you so much for being here. And remember, follow your soul. It does know the way.